Welcome back to ETV News and Sport. Well, South African heritage, its evolution over time and how to preserve it are among the key themes at the Dubai Expo 2020. The South African Digital Heritage Week was launched there earlier this week. The Bureau of International Exhibitions has done these expos every 5 years since its inception in 1931. The Department of Sport, Arts and Culture's Heritage Task Team Project Manager, Cuan Hahndiek, joins us now to chat about this further. Cuan, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I guess we'll rewind to the very beginning. The Digital Heritage Week, what is it all about and what happens there?
So the main purpose of the Expo is to showcase a lot of what we have in terms of our digital technologies and how this can be used in heritage. So the program was spearheaded by the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. And then myself and some colleagues who are from the South African Heritage Resources Agency were then appointed to project manage this project. And this was done in close collaboration with a lot of our sister institutions, namely DITSONG, National Heritage Council, Freedom Park, the National Libraries of South Africa, as well as the National Archives of South Africa. So the purpose is to showcase our heritage and how we are using digital technologies in terms of the fourth industrial revolution and how that can be used to promote and conserve our heritage as both to South Africans and abroad.
And a beautiful heritage it is that we do have. And as much as everything's happening in Dubai, how can and will this benefit South Africans? I mean, will we even have access to some of what is there?
Yeah, so the content is currently being displayed in the Expo space itself, in the South African Pavilion. We are, however, also putting quite a lot of the content onto the department's YouTube channel. And there are already considerations of a way in which we can bring this showcase to South Africa and maybe show it at several institutions in South Africa and make it available to the public here.
And of course, as South Africans, we always brag about the diversity and, the colorful heritage and cultures that we do have in the country. So what are some of the things that folks can look forward to, whether it be on YouTube or at least what have you been displaying in Dubai?
So we've tried to showcase our heritage. I mean, South Africa's got one of the richest heritage legacies in the world, just going back some 2.5 million years, looking at our earliest human ancestors. And then we also look at some of our more recent ancestors and the emergence of us as a species at around 200,000 years ago or so. We then also look at some of the later advancements when you look at Iron Age technologies and the Kingdom of Mapungubwe, as well as rock art and sand ethnography as well. We then also will be showcasing some of South Africa's sort of colonial and liberation heritage, where we're looking at some of the history of race relations and the establishment, starting with the establishment of the refreshment station at the Cape, and the interactions between the earliest colonial visitors, shall we say, or colonizers to the Cape, and their interactions with indigenous people. And then that also goes forward into looking at the history of race relations, our apartheid history, as well as looking at our struggle icons and our liberation, which obviously culminates in '94 with our first elections.
All right. Well, Ken, quickly, before I let you go, I just want to know, for many South Africans and the different cultures that we do have, everything is usually spoken by word and the stories are shared amongst family members. How is it that we can encourage South Africans to get involved with this kind of things, perhaps share those stories on that digital space so we have an even bigger picture of what our history and past was actually like?
Well, I think the use of digital means is a great way of being able to encompass those kinds of things from communities and community-based knowledge, because a lot of that is it's a way of recording that and maintaining that and sharing it, and that interactiveness by sharing it makes it available to a much wider audience. And through the process of sharing, you build knowledge, you build interconnectedness, and you find threads of commonality which you otherwise might not see.
That's right. Well, Cuan, thank you so much for that. I think it's very interesting what you're doing, sending out our beautiful picture of our country out there to the world. That's the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture's Heritage Task Team Project Manager, Cuan Hahndiek, there, giving us those details.